Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa and I upload videos irregularly, but I would still love to have you. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you here with me. The new Gucci concealer and the new Haus Labs concealer. These are both relatively new. I do an 8-hour wear test. I'm gonna check in with you at a couple different times during the day and see how they're holding up. The putty primer is not my favorite. I don't hate it. It does do a good job filling in pores and such, but it's not like my most favorite primer. I'm going to use a little bit of this Nars. I'm also trying to use this Hot Sand Illuminator. Very along the lines of the e.l.f. Halo Glow, Auric, you know, kind of like that. I just like to mix it in with whatever foundation I'm using. This one is almost out, but I just like putting it on the back of my hand, whatever I find fitting. And then I'm also trying to use up this Rare Beauty foundation in 210N. I just don't love this one. I do find that I like it much more with like blended in with a sponge, but I also I don't love it on me all the time. So I just do like 2 or 3 swipes on the back of my hand like that. Then dot them on my face. Sorry, I am looking at the viewfinder today because I'm trying like a different lighting situation. Put my chair up a little bit higher because it's not really ideal. Like I like this setup much more than at the previous house, but it's still not my favorite. I just realized I mixed the illuminator in with my foundation, so I'm going to highlight the hell out of that pimple. I really like the way that's... I know that's like really bright in here, but I like the way that is sitting on my skin. That's a good little combination. I'm just trying to use up some of these products, and I like to mix them. Like the ones that I'm trying to use up, I like to mix them all together to like use them up quicker and simultaneously. But as I was saying, with my last empties videos, it's so much fun. Like I'm not going to become like a panning channel or anything like that, and I'm going to try to hold out this next empties until like December. We'll see if it doesn't start like overflowing that bag. But I already have quite a bit of stuff in there. But I figured it'd be fun. So I got this sent to me from Influencer, the app. I got the Gucci one and then I purchased the Haus Labs one with my own money. But I figured it'd be fun since they're both newer concealers, and honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you, okay? The thought would not have occurred to me to purchase the Gucci concealer. I knew I wanted the Haus Labs one because I do like the Triclone foundation. So the thought occurred to me to purchase the Haus Labs one, but it would not have occurred to me to purchase the Gucci one. Pretty true to color. I'm pretty pale right now. Trying to show you the texture on my skin. That's the main thing that I don't like about this Rare Beauty foundation. I feel like it emphasizes my texture a bit. So I'm trying to decide whether to do the Haus Labs or the Gucci. I have 13 Light Neutral in the Haus Labs, which is 1 shade lighter than their recommendation for my shade match in their foundation. So I did get 1 shade lighter, and then this one I picked out randomly. Influencer lets you pick the shade that you think would work best for you. So I did pick this one, and this one's also too light and I believe too yellow. But I'm gonna try to do a wear test and hopefully remember to come back. All right, so Gucci's gonna be on the right. I think I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do by the way, the time is currently 2:08. 2:08. All right, I'm gonna do the Gucci, I guess, on the right side. And like I said, I saw this on the Sephora app after I had already received it from Influencer, and I had tried it, you know, on its own. I don't think I even left the house or wore a full face of makeup that day. That was kind of a lot, but let's see how it blends out with a sponge. So yeah, see, this is a little bit yellow on me. I do have quite a bit of fine lines, wrinkles, whatever you want to call them, under my eyes. When I smile, I create many, many more. But I do like the way that this looks under the eye. The difference is crazy. This is obviously me bringing it like all the way up, but like the difference is pretty crazy. This is the Gucci on the right side of my, I guess it's your left, right? But it's on my right side, my right eye. I do like that. Yeah, like I'm gonna zoom you in a lot, I guess. Obviously without setting it so far. I do really like that. And this one's thinner, I will say. And then the Haus Labs, it is thick. Okay, it's thick. I like the wand on the Haus Labs one too. I really do. The applicator. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Yeah, this one's like much thicker, which I don't mind a thick concealer as long as it's not so creamy that it's like crepe central. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not so creamy that it gets really like clumped together. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take like a different side of this beauty blender. I use mostly this side, so I'm gonna use this one on. I'm not dampening another beauty blender to do this, but let's see what happens. This one is much thicker. Honestly, I think I should have applied less on this side. The shade matches also are not exactly the same. Like this one, as you can see, is much, maybe not much brighter, but definitely a tiny, like a hair lighter. Which I guess is not like the worst shade match in the world, but it's definitely like brightening. It's not a perfect shade match for me. It's definitely like a lighter, brightener under eye kind of thing. Yeah, you could see like with my inner corner of my eye, I definitely have much more brightness here. I don't want to mess up the other side. I don't want to mess with it. But we're running errands today. We're going to run up to Target, like I said. All right, the Haus Labs is a tiny bit lighter than the Gucci side, so I'm going to take the Gucci concealer. I don't have a green corrector to put on this pimple, but I'm going to put a little dot. Yeah, actually this one's much darker, I want to say. A little bit yellow based. This shade, at least 27N. The packaging is gorgeous. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I try not to be a sucker for packaging. I'm gonna let this like dry a little bit. The packaging is really cute, okay? It's really beautiful packaging. I do love that. The Haus Labs is sleek. I love the frosted plastic, the frosted glass. Is this glass? This is plastic. Just sleek, clean. I like that. But for my under eyes, let me see. Yeah, okay, so look at the Gucci side. If I bring you closer, you can see how, and remember, I don't have filler or anything. Like, fine lines are normal. They're completely normal. They're natural. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm just saying, for the purpose of showing, I do have some creasing happening over on the Gucci side. And then I did this one more recently, but the Haus Lab side seems to be not creasing yet. But again, I just applied the Haus Lab side. It's thicker. It doesn't really seem to be settling super harshly. So yeah, there's that. And then the Gucci side does have a little bit. So I'm going to go in with a clean, small little brush. I really like this Sephora 71 brush. And I'm just going to dab this in a little bit, just to get rid of some of that creasing. I didn't set it right away. And then I don't even know if they make this anymore, the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in translucent light. I'll say though, I am not disappointed with the, I tried it again once before. I'm just trying it again now with you guys here so you can see. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this Cover FX powder and just pat the excess off on the back of my hand and go ahead and, I don't know if this is still considered baking. I'm not really baking. I'm just really trying to set, I'm gonna zoom you out a little bit. Just trying to set my under eye a bit. All right, I'm gonna finish my face. I'll fix this pimple situation. I'll be back later on today. My battery's gonna die with, I'm not gonna do anything else to my under eyes. Everything is set under my eyes. It's done. I'm not touching it for the rest of the day. And then we'll see where we're at. Remember, the right side is Gucci, and then the left, this side over here is the Gucci side, and this is the Haus Lab side. So we'll see where we're at when I get back from our shopping trip. Okay, I wasn't like absolutely obsessed with how I ended that video, so I switched to my phone. I hope you guys don't mind the quality's too different. This is definitely weird for me. I've never done this before on my phone, but I figured we could make it work. I love this shade. Yeah, my camera lens is definitely greasy. Oh, there we go. That's much better. I'm gonna use my Haus Labs Watermelon Bliss as blush today. Just take a little Luxie brush. Do they still make Luxie? I haven't looked into them in forever. Tapered highlighter, but I'm gonna use it for blush. And then focus on the higher points. Yeah. I'm really excited to see how this, I've never done a wear test before. So I'm excited to see how it ends up looking after, you know, being out for a good chunk of the day. We're going to Target and see if we can find a Halloween store that's open, like a Spirit Halloween. That's like our favorite. Once oh God, that's a lot. But once fall starts for us, we're like hitting the Halloween stores every weekend, just to, you know, see what, it's just fun. It's like a fun family thing that we do. It's our favorite. We'll hit up like multiple Spirit Halloweens in a weekend. I think that looks good. Honestly, this shade could be so intimidating, and I'm not very tan right now, but I think that this does give like the nicest, this Watermelon Bliss gives such a nice color to the cheeks. I just dropped this Rare Beauty highlighter, which I've heard breaks so easily and exhilarate. I just dropped it onto my rug and it seems to be, so it's good. I haven't worn highlighter in so long, so I feel like it would be fun. I'm just gonna take that same brush that I use for the Powder No Powder. I feel like I can still see that pimple. It's fine. I'm gonna just take this tiny little brush and see what where's my, oh, I'm all over the place with the switching of the, it is such a pretty highlighter shade. All right, I didn't like that brush. Why did I use that brush? I don't just take a little small blending brush and diffuse that a little bit. I played kind of a lot. You really need so little. It's such a pretty highlight. You can really control how intense you want it to be. Like, this is subtle compared to this side. I'm just gonna take this little blending brush now and start building it on this side. It is such a pretty highlighter, Exhilarate. I haven't really been into highlighters lately. However, I also refuse to let go of a lot of the highlighters in my collection, but this is definitely one of my favorite highlighters in years. Like, I don't think I've loved a highlighter as much as I love this one. Very nice. And then maybe a little tip of the nose action. Do you feel like my forehead is quite dark? I don't know if it's just the lighting that I'm looking at here. In person, it doesn't look too bad. Just blend everything out. And then I'm just gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Have I mentioned that I think this has an awful smell? I'm just gonna leave the lips alone. My main thing obviously is the concealer, $240. Anyways, for how much I use, I feel like I did a good job covering my pretty dark. I have pretty dark under eyes. So this is the face. I used to have an industrial bar. That's what this dot is. I wonder if I could still fit something in there. I don't know. So this is the whole face. Under eyes. I don't know if this camera, does it edit it out for you without you selecting like any filters? Does it edit out for you? I'm gonna come in super close. Oh, look, there you go. You can see all my texture. That's good. Okay, so texture on my cheekbones. A little texture down here. It doesn't really matter. That's not really the point of this. But this is the under eye. This is the Haus Labs side. Completely relax my face. And then this is the Gucci side. Right here. How do we feel? I feel like I really like the brightening because I got a lighter shade of the Haus Labs side, but I don't hate the Gucci side either. So I guess we'll see. It's still not even 3 o'clock. I'm gonna go finish getting ready and then I'll be back at some point today to see how we're doing and to see how they hold up. It's pretty warm outside. It is probably in the mid 80s at least, as it's 3 o'clock in Florida. I'll be back later at some point today. I'll see if we find any good stuff at Target. Bye. Hey friends, I just got back. And I figured I'd do an update. I've only been wearing this for like 5 hours. I can do an update again later, but this is where we're at with the Haus Labs side. But this is the Haus Labs side. And this is the Gucci concealer side. So I really don't have any complaints of any major concerns. I like both of these. I will say that the Haus Labs side looks a lot more, again, because it is lighter shade, and the Gucci one is more yellow, but I think they're both amazing. I don't think that you could go wrong. I believe there's like a $10 price difference, $10 or $11. The Haus Labs, I think, is like $36, and I know that the Gucci one I saw in Sephora was $47. I don't really, I mean, I guess I have a little bit, I think that's mascara right here, but besides that, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty happy overall. I think, I know it's only been like 5 hours. Like, that's not even a full shift at work, but we were eating. We went walking around like a shopping plaza. We spent like a good 2 hours at Target. So for 5 hours, that's 5 hours, right? Just over 5 hours. I think it looks pretty good. I didn't work out or anything today. It's Saturday, so I'm not sure. But actually, overall, with my whole makeup situation, the lighting is wonky. I can't figure out, right? Like, dry. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with this makeup today. I'm happy with both concealers. I'm happy that I have both in my collection. I sent the Gucci concealer as part of the influencer program. I know this is like very up close and personal. They send you stuff for free. All you have to do is review it on whatever platform they ask you to. So I think mine was Sephora and the influencer app. It's like another story for another day. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this, and then I'll do another check-in probably on my phone, so I don't have to set up all these lights and everything. I probably will set them up again. Just so you can see. But see, these are my smile. I get these little. So considering all of that, that's why I smile. And I smile all the time. So my face completely relaxed. I'm not mad. Truly not mad. I think that both of these concealers, I have pretty dry under eyes also. My skin's not the driest ever, but my under eyes are pretty dry, and I think that these concealers make a lot of us happy, or a lot of you guys happy. So I would look into them. Whatever you would, okay. I think that's pretty good. Alright, so it's lower, or higher, my bad, and I turned the lighting down. So that way, maybe we can get like a more true... Sorry, I've never done this before, so I'm just like messing with all my different settings and all my lighting and stuff, because I have never done a wear test, but so far so good, truly. I guess I'll check back in around, what time would you say? So I put it on at 2, so let's do 10? Midnight? What time should I come back? I don't know, we'll see. I'll see you later. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm just really tired, and there's absolutely no way that I'm gonna make it to midnight. So it is 10:20 p.m. I've had this on since 2:10 this afternoon, and overall I can say that both the Haus Labs concealer and the Gucci concealer have both been wonderful. Obviously, like I have, in my opinion, it's okay. Alright guys, this is it. It is currently 10:26 p.m. Trying to open up I figured if I just use the clock app, it would be better. So it is 10:26 p.m. I've had the Gucci concealer on the left. Well, it's the right, but it's the left. It's my right. I've had it on this side for over 8 hours. This is what we're looking like. I'm gonna bring you in, hopefully get as good and clear of a, sorry. So the Gucci concealer is on this side. This is what we're looking like. Obviously this is very up close and personal, but that's what that looks like. And then we have the Haus Labs concealer on this side. And that's what that's looking like. I'm gonna bring in a little bit more. Overall, I'm pretty thrilled with both of them. I keep looking in the viewfinder to see if like something sticks out to me. But even when I come up super close, I see like some regular creasing. I feel like if we eliminate the expectation that no concealer is going to crease, that's like half the battle. Because truly, I feel like if it's 100% normal and natural to have fine lines or like smile lines or whatever, and you already eliminate that it's normal for lines to be there, as long as it's not overly accentuating those lines or drawing more attention to them or getting like caked up in between them to where you see like, yeah, this is just like normal creasing from wearing makeup because we have lines and creases and whatever. The bottom line is going to come down to this. If you like, I'm going to put them on the side that they belong on. The Gucci concealer has a thinner texture. I'm going to put it over here. The Gucci concealer has a thinner texture compared to the Haus Labs. The coverage is still great. It's still really good coverage. I'm going to see if I Gucci concealer. And you saw how that applied. Now I'm going to go in with the Haus Labs, which again is thick. Yet I've already seen it, but it is not incredibly thick to where I believe that you're going to have any kind of, at least on me, I didn't experience any awful caking in the lines, because that's something that's a concern for me, that if it's too thick, I'm going to try to see if I could show you on camera. It's just very creamy. It's thick and creamy. It has a good, like, there's a good spread to it. All right. Oh, it looks so light on my hand, but I think it's the light's really washing it out. I think it's perfect. I think they're honestly such good concealers. I think this is, it stretches a good amount. It's, I don't know why it looks so light right there. My hands are much darker than the rest of my body. And then this is the Gucci one. I find does dry a little bit quicker. It has a little bit more of a matte, like a natural matte finish. And it's much thinner, as you see, like when I started stretching it out, it's thinner to the point of like you can't, maybe you'll see. So here's the Gucci after it's been blended and stretched out, and then I have the Haus Labs over here. So when I say thick, I don't necessarily mean like thick in a negative way. I just want you to be aware that it's a thicker, you know, consistency. Overall, I will say, in conclusion, I think that both of these concealers would be a good choice. I also don't know if I ever did a video, but I did purchase the High Glam from Natasha Denona. I hate to throw in like another concealer now, but I truly don't know if I ever even filmed or recorded anything with this concealer. Maybe 2 or 3 videos ago I did, but this reminds me a little bit, the texture of the High Glam reminds me a little bit of the Haus Labs, a little closer to that type of texture, and not anything at all like the Gucci one. But either way, I can also do a concealer video. I feel like a decent amount of concealers that I've collected over the last little bit. I had my perfect shade in the Gucci one. It would be better. This is slightly yellow for me. I wish it was a little bit more neutral, but I picked the shade, and this is the one that I thought was going to be best for me, but it does pull slightly yellow. I'm going to have to go with the Haus Labs. But if you're excluding the shade match, I'm still going to have to go with Haus Labs, because I do like the way that this just fell under my eye and looked in my eye. And even though it does look a little bit more, and this is again with no touch-ups. I have, besides my smile lines right here, I touch those up and try to mattify my forehead a little bit. Otherwise, I think they're both great concealers. I recommend them both. Really leaning more towards Haus Labs, but I don't think that you could go wrong with either of these. Just be wary. I don't know if all Gucci products do this, but I remember when the foundation originally came out, I heard a lot of people saying that they pulled very yellow. I don't know if it was like oxidization type of thing, like it oxidized really bad and it turned yellow, or pulled orange, but I know that I remember hearing a lot of people saying they were having a hard time finding their shade match in the Gucci. So, you know, again, it's not the end of the world, and I was able to make it work, and you can too. But, you know, the Haus Labs, I think, is the winner for me at this moment. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, finish this video here so I can take this all off, do some much needed skincare for this bad guy, and get some rest, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!